Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. We are continuing our phone interviews and seeing if we can get some good information out here for people coming into the industry. Tonight, you need to fasten your seat belts, cinch up your saddle, and grab hold of the reins. We are going to attempt to do a talk with the one, the only, the self-proclaimed Cowboy Jim Bob the Wannabe. Jim, how's it going, brother?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing tonight, Papa Joe? Just want to clear one thing up. The title is actually the Yankee Cowboy Super Trucker Who Wrestles and Wrangles Cattle. That's how I'd like my title to be. But go ahead. How you doing?
Oh, okay. So as I said, the wannabe Yankee.
Yeah. Okay. That's seeing a picture of cattle. We got to let people know that, right?
Right. You know.
Okay.
And as soon as he learns how to ride sheep, he's going to join the rodeo.
Oh
boy. So, hey folks, actually, me and Jim has talked quite a bit over the last almost a year. I think if we sort through it all, we can get some real good information from him for people coming out here in different aspects of trucking. So, Jim, I know from our conversations that let's go all the way back to the first time you got your CDL. You told me about that, and that's some good stuff people need to know. Go ahead and tell them the short version of that.
All right, I'll try to make it short. You know me, I'm long-winded, but how you doing, people? It all started, well, if you really want to go to a kid, actually, I was just talking to my mother the other day. We was talking about the Bandit dying, Burt Reynolds, and we was talking about trucking movies. And she said, and I kind of remember this as a child, that one of my favorite movies I would watch over and over is, I couldn't even tell you who stars in it now, but it's called White Line Fever. You ever heard of that movie, Pop Joe?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I vaguely remember it, but she said that she knew when I was a child that I was probably going to end up being a trucker because I was just fascinated with big trucks.
Right.
And I guess White Line Fever, I'm going to try to watch it again if I can find it on Netflix or something. I vaguely remember it. But let's see, I graduated in 1985, Columbus, Ohio, and doing a little work here and there. I was in the moving business for a while, moving furniture started out locally and then did a little bit of long distance, but that was just straight trucks, you know, not big, not, but I decided about 1988 that I was going to look into truck driving. And back then... Now,
how old were you then? Right at 21, right?
21, 22, yeah.
Okay.
And this school, if I remember correctly, it was called MTA, it was called I can't really remember. All I know is they went out of business, and I had to drive about 50 miles. It was outside of Columbus, Ohio, and it was it ain't like trucking schools today. Back then, I think I had to do a 6-month, and it was like Monday through Friday. It was like 8 hours a day. It was just ridiculous. But the short of it, now back then I owned race cars, Trans Ams, Camaros, and Firebirds, and I did a lot of street racing, and I had a lead foot. We ain't gonna lie. When I was looking into schools, I told all the school this. I had probably somewhere between 6 and 8 points on my driver's license already.
That was left, correct?
That was, excuse me?
That you only had 6 or 8 points left before you lost your license.
No, 6 or 8 total. And back then, I don't know how it is today, but in Ohio, if you got 12 points within a year, I think it was, or a 3-year period, I can't remember, you lost your license. And I think I did lose them maybe once in my teens. But we used to do street racing down on Friday nights, Saturday nights. I'm sure you can see that. We would streak from a mile straight, and every now and then I'd get lit up with the cops and slap the speeding ticket. I told the school this. They tell me, oh, there'll be no problem, don't worry about it, somebody will hire you. They just wanted me to get in there and get my money.
Right.
Which I come to find out, I first try, the written test, driving test, all that. Then started looking at companies, and actually they came to the school and interviewed you. As soon as I think 3 or 4 or 5 companies started looking at me, they liked me until they saw my driving record. They said, "I'm sorry, we can't hire you because you got that many points."
Right.
And I was like kind of upset. I was like, "Well, the school said it would be all right." And they're like, "No, the school lied to you." So, you know, after 5 or 6 interviews, I kind of gave it up because they all said the same thing.
Right.
So,
and see, and that's the lesson that I want people to get out of this, is that y'all know your own record. You know what your driving history is like. Jim went into it doubtful, thinking that he couldn't do it, and they lied to him. The thing about recruiters, whether it's truck company or trucking school, they're just like used car salesmen. They're going to tell you what you want to hear to get your butt in the seat, and that's exactly what they did to him.
Exactly. So
how long did you wind up waiting? Now, if I remember the story, you let your CDLs lapse, correct?
Yep, exactly. In Ohio, I was like, well, I've never, you know, had the points, let them lapse, got regular driver's license, and I stayed, went back to moving furniture. I've moved furniture from household to household, $1 million homes for years. Did a little bit of other stuff. As I've told you before, I used to be a supervisor, and we found out later on after me and you talked that you used to come and pick up where I was a supervisor at, and that'd be in PetSmart Distribution Center.
Yep.
And you used to drive for Cardinal. That's who,
well,
you know, logistics.
Right, they was Cardinal Logistics, and we ran their freight.
And
now,
that was back in the late 90s, right? And
yeah.
so we figured that me and you probably met once or twice in the 90s. For me being a supervisor, I worked in shipping, and I'm sure that we butted heads back then. So,
and I'm sure I won. But now, how long did you go until you got your CDLs again?
Let's see. Me and Stormy moved to Ohio. We met. She lived up there with me for a while. We decided to. Here's a quick story. We was originally coming to Arkansas just to visit her dad, who is an awesome man. We came on a Greyhound with nothing but a suitcase. And like I said, we was really going to just visit and go back home. Well, I kind of got down here, liked it so much, I decided, honey, let's stay here. Her dad gave us some land. We built a house. I actually built it, me and her dad, who is a master carpenter, master computer tech. He's just an awesome guy. And we built a house, got a job. Matter of fact, I got a job less than 2 weeks after I moved here. And it was a production company that made plastic material, or plastic jars, plastic lids. After working there a couple years, they was looking for a driver just to run between, at the time we had 2 buildings in town. So it was just a driver to run back and forth with loads of material they made, warehouses basically. They'd make it in one warehouse, I'd take it to another.
Right.
And you really didn't have to get on the main big roads. I told them they knew I could drive I told them I could drive an 18-wheeler. So I was driving without a CDL for probably 3 or 4 years, but like I said, it was just within little roads. It was maybe a 5 to 10 minute trip, and I didn't have to hit no highways.
We don't recommend this to anybody. Don't do this.
Don't do that.
They catch you, they throw you under the jail.
Then they changed company names because they got bought out and became this company called Berry Plastics. And when the new owners come in, they find out that I was driving without a CDL, so they went ahead. I didn't get in trouble. They said, well, let's get your CDLs and we'll pay for it. They've actually paid. I did one refresher course, like it was a day and a half with a school in my town. And basically I went in there just to get refreshed, to drive the truck, to learn the pre-trip again. And that pre-trip is what's scary, especially for somebody that has some timers like me and you.
Right.
I mean, there is like, what, 100?
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Stone there's so many different things you got to tell them, bent, broken, and that was my biggest fear, was not passing a pre-trip.
Now, do you remember about what year that was?
Yeah, that was about 2004 or 2005.
Okay.
And so I've had them for the past 12 years, but I've been driving 18-wheelers 14 or 15. And
right. Now with them, you worked their warehouse and still did local driving?
Yeah, and then once I got my CDLs, I went a little wider range. Every now and then I'd make a trip to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is probably about 80 to 90 miles from where my warehouse was, and that was only a few times a week. Or I'd go pick up something that they needed, maybe some material somewhere, and I even loaded my own truck and unloaded with a forklift, you know. So I did it all. I had to load whatever, unload. Did that for 17 years, and ended up actually. Well, the story why I lost my job, I don't know if we've ever talked about, but I made a...
Yeah, you did. You told me.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I made a YouTube video of this new machine they got called the Box Maker's Machine. $1 million piece of, took up a huge room, warehouse room. I videoed it, how it did everything. The technology was amazing. It did everything. It took the place of like 15 people. And this was back when I was first getting into maybe YouTube. I put it on YouTube a year or two later. One of the bosses see it and says, that's against our violations. You're showing our secrets, da-da-da. Long story short, they booted me. So I was without a job, I was looking for a job for a couple, 2 or 3 months. I wasn't trying to go over the road back then, but I actually had a job working for a...
well, see, now this is another lesson for people, even existing drivers. In today's world of modern technology and social media, you can't just go videotaping stuff because it's cool. I would dearly love to do, and I'm going to ask their permission, but I would dearly love to load the place that film the place we load out of up there by the yard. Because the way these boys do it is just awesome. I mean, they're on top of their game.
Just make sure you get authorization.
Right. I'm going to ask them first and tell them all I'm going to film is your dock, is your boys out here load me. And they still might not do it because they got some pretty fancy equipment in there themselves that they might not want other people seeing.
Yeah, that's what happened there. I guess I was giving out their secrets, so they didn't like that. They said, we can't have that. I offered to take the YouTube video down, which I did. Come find out after they canned me, I put it back up.
Right.
I'm not a YouTuber, so y'all don't need to go look for my YouTube channel, but I do have one. I put one up last night of the incident that I had. Well,
it's real easy. If y'all want to go check him out, it's Jim Dunn. Just look up Jim Dunn, D-U-N-N.
I had an incident at a fuel island yesterday with a driver trying to take his 30-minute break, and this place was extremely packed with trucks trying to get in and out. We got into a verbal argument. A lot of curse words got thrown. I had truckers backing me up with this driver, and ended up pilot made him leave.
Which now,
10 minutes.
When Jim called me today, we talked a couple of times because we've been trying to get together and do this video for a week or more now. And our schedule's just been clashing. But when he called me today and we was talking, he had told me that this is one of the things he had heard me mention and a few others. And he really didn't think it happened out there until it happened right in front of him. He's blocked in on the fuel island, truck waiting behind him, the guy in front of him's taking a 30-minute break, and it was like, wow, this really does happen.
And refused to move.
Yeah.
And he started the name calling, and I'll tell you, you ask my wife, you call me a name, it's on. It took everything I had not to really do what I would have done back in the day, which was probably take a swing, but I'm not going to do that no more. I'm older, more wiser, and don't want to lose my job. So
and we don't heal so fast no more.
Yeah, and so what I did was I just took out my camera, started videoing. I got flipped off there, the verbal stuff. So,
well,
pilot made a move.
Let's get back on track.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now, your sweet wife, which none of us can figure out how in the hell you got her,
Yeah,
but
she's a wonderful woman.
she really is. She's a sweetheart. Now she told us, and the little thing I had with her, the phone deal I had with her, that you guys discussed it before you came over the road. What kind of research, homework, what did y'all do to come to the conclusion that you was going to try this?
I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I wanted to know what the trucking life was like. I vaguely had an idea. You go out, you drive, you sleep in your truck, you're out a little while, and you come home. I was like, that's not that hard, I can do that. And I found a good company, which I don't mind mentioning. It's called T&I, and I picked them because they allow all the home time that you want. You pretty much make your own boss on the scheduling. You tell them when you want to go out, you tell them when you want to go home, and you tell them how long you want to be home. So I made up a schedule. It originally started, I was going to go out 2 weeks and come home a week. Go out 2 weeks, come home a week. But I found out I couldn't make, I could make decent money then, but I was like, well, let's move it up to 3 weeks and home 1 week. So that's currently what I do. I'm about 3 weeks, and I get home for a week. If you wanted to ask me what the biggest difference was, I think that's where we was going to go.
We will, yes.
Yeah, well, so I found you, and you know that. I think that's after I started driving.
Yeah, you haven't been driving very long when you first reached out to me.
It was probably within the first couple of weeks. I remember being in Laredo, Texas, doing a reset. And I would just, I didn't have a TV in my truck at the time, but now I do. I would just sit there and watch YouTubers, and I came across this, silly looking, well, I won't say that, but a guy, found out later, his name was Pop Joe. I said, man, that is one pretty cool dude. He, just like he says, no sugar added. I shot him a message, and lo and behold, a year later, we become pretty good friends, I'd say, in my book.
Right.
So,
when I get you to slow down.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
how am I doing, by the way?
what? You're doing great. You're really doing great.
Slow down.
Yeah, you've slowed down. You're not bouncing off the walls. You're doing good.
You guys.
Now, what preconceived notions did you have from what you'd learned and seen on the videos that you thought it was going to be coming out that just wowed you and you was like, this ain't what I expected?
Yeah, I hate to say it, being a guy and the masculine, and well, I'll tell you what broke me, and I hope you don't mind me saying it.
No, go for it.
It broke me like a little bitch. Sorry for the profanity.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
I have two boys and a wife. My boys are 14 years old. You mentioned the other day he plays high school football. I have a 9-year-old. Them two boys are my heart, my soul, everything. I never went a night without seeing them for 14 years. It's the oldest. Interacting, we playing sports together, and then after my first week out, I started missing them, But today's technology, and I know you touched on this before in other videos, helped me out tremendously. We Facebook video every day, and I would get to talk to them and see them. And also, I have a security camera at home, so when they're outside playing basketball, football, I can watch them on my iPad, and that helped out a lot. And then 2 weeks come around, and I'm really starting to miss everybody, the wife included. Even my dog. I got an awesome dog. He's called a Wolf Shepherd. So I was able to get home every now and then. We're regional, so we run anywhere from the bottom of Texas all the way up into Canada and the states in between. California, New York. Every now and then I would get a load that would go past. I just lived 10 miles off of I-40 on the same road where I could go home if it was in the evening, back it into my driveway, get up next morning and continue with my load. I did that, for a few times, but the biggest difference between local driving and over the road is missing your family tremendously. I can't stress it enough. And Stormy knows this. I mean, anytime I get to talk to anybody in the family, I keep it going and going until finally I think she's like, we gotta go. But
right.
That's probably the number one thing is missing family.
And you brought up that goes hand in hand with what Carlos was saying. Carlos. He touched on it about modern technology where you can do all the stuff you're talking about, but it still ain't the same as getting that hug.
Exactly.
Human touch, flesh on flesh. It means a lot.
A hug from the boys, a kiss from the boys, be able to tell them I love you, face to face, not over a camera.
Yep.
And it just ain't the same. And let's see.
And this is what we all out here on the road, and Jim's right there with us. We all keep trying to stress to people is you think that it's easy. You can learn to drive a truck. Most people can learn to drive a truck. Not everybody. There's proof out here. Some of them still need to learn. But the hardest part about it is your own head, your own feelings, missing the family. That we cannot stress that enough. If you're thinking about coming out here, you're going to miss your family. If you have any kind of relationships with anybody, you're going to miss it because you're not going to be able to do everything you're used to doing.
Exactly, and I got to say kudos to you because you started out way back when before they had this kind of technology, and I know you said you had kids growing up.
Yep.
And I could not imagine, I mean, you weren't even hardly able to talk to them, you'd have to go to a payphone.
Yep.
You had no video, so that's kudos. I could not do that. I right now, maybe if I was younger, I could, but, as you get older, you get wiser, more family-oriented.
Yep.
So, I'm just so glad they got this technology today, but like you said, it still ain't the same as being home. And not to mention, I was able to talk to my dispatcher, which I've got a really great dispatcher named Mike Hayes, and Stormy loves him to death, but he worked it out to where I could do my reset at home this weekend. So I'll be getting home Friday afternoon. Won't have to go back out till Sunday morning. So
right.
Believe it or not, people, even 34 hours is a big difference. Everybody might think, oh, you're getting 34 hours at home. No, that's huge. That is huge. I mean, that's like, I think Stormy sent me a picture of the other day that says something about, all these people trying to plan their vacation. Well, a truck driver's, when he's been all over the U.S., he plans his vacation, he goes home. That makes him happy. So, the 34 hours just being home with the kids and the wife for 2 days, that's going to make up a lot. So
yeah. Well, see, now you was talking about the old school, the old ways. That falls back to what Stormy was saying about her dad. Once she became an adult, she realized that he was just doing what it took to provide for the family. And that's what all of us in the old days, you dealt with what you had to deal with. Period.
Talking about your kids resenting it, I sure hope mine don't. But like I said, I hope when they get older, they appreciate. My kids got it good. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They pretty much are spoiled. They don't have to do a whole lot, and I think that they get a lot more than most kids do their age, and they know that. They just miss seeing Daddy, and I miss seeing them. So
right.
That's sacrifices, right? Sacrifices it's better than being unemployed, living on food stamps, welfare, whatnot. So
when you and Stormy was discussing you coming out, did you include the kids in on it? Were they in?
Well, they were. Let's see. Well, I guess my youngest was probably, I've been out a little over a year now, but my youngest really didn't understand. The oldest kind of knew. I was like, well, Michael, I'll be home every couple weeks, and that's the reason I took this job. I didn't want to be out 3 weeks, and like most companies give you 1 day home for each week you're out.
Right.
I didn't want to do that. So I found this company, and it said their main thing was all the home time you want, and they're only 30 miles from my house.
Yeah.
So I went with them. We drive new Volvos, automatics, and I just can't get over that automatic. I love it.
Yeah.
Because, you don't have to tear up your left leg with the clutch.
Yep.
I didn't mention, but back when I drove locally, I drove an older model Mac. It was a 10-speed. Its thing was old. It was a day cab. It was ready for the junkyard. So, I mean, if I ever had to get an inspection, I know I'd walk it. So, I got lucky there. So, going to an automatic, it's like driving a Cadillac now.
Yeah.
So,
that old Mac right there, that's the one that old song was wrote about, Give Me 40 Acres. You ever hear that song?
No, I hadn't. But it's
you need to look that one up. Listen to it a couple times, and you'll say, yeah, that was that Mac.
Yeah, I had a Bulldog on the front of the engine there, the hood. Do they even still make them things?
Yes, they do, and they've came a long ways. I drove one, I guess in the late 90s, and the turning radius on them is not good, and that's putting it politely.
Yeah,
but I think Ford and Mac, or Volvo and Mac, merged together, and they tell me that the new Macs, that they're really great. They've got a lot better turning radius. Because Mac's always been an off-road vehicle, and they made some really good off-road trucks, but they weren't highway trucks, and people started trying to use them for highway trucks, and it was not good. It wasn't good at all. So now they say the new ones are really something better.
Well, I didn't even know there was automatic trucks until probably about 2008, maybe 9. And what had happened where I worked, we had a real hard docking area to back into. I mean, we had a fence probably 20 feet in front of. It was a real tight. You had to jackknife it to get it in there. And I became pretty good at that over the years because having to do it 3 or 4 to 5 times a day, I would just get it in and out like a yard dog, kind of, when I drove a day cab.
Right.
I remember a driver coming in that was fresh out of school, and he sat there and tried, and we watched, and he tried. He couldn't get it in there, and it went 30 to 45 minutes. Finally, he comes in and says, I can't get this in. I'm sorry. He knew I was a driver. He said, can you come out and help me or guide me? I tried that. He didn't understand. And he said, can you put it in? I said, well, I didn't know if it was binding by our policy or anything. I went and looked at his truck, and I said, that's an automatic, huh? I've never seen an automatic. So, long story short, I put it in for him. And that's the first time I was introduced to an automatic in a 18-wheeler. I never knew nothing about that. So,
do you regret your choice to come out over the road?
Well, yes and no. The money is better. The longer you're out, obviously, the money's better. But just missing the family, that's the big thing. Like right now, I've been sitting all day, and I'm missing them like crazy. So
Right. Yeah, and if you think about them, it just makes it worse. So you try to preoccupy your mind.
Exactly.
How's the family handling it? Are they still okay with it? Have you even talked to them about it?
Oh, yeah. We talk daily.
Well, I know, but do you talk about your career? If you're staying out here, if they regret you coming out?
You can ask Stormy. I send her messages all the time saying, I'm going to start looking for a local job again, especially the other night. I got back to I was trying to make it home for the night, coming out of way up north Kentucky, and the roads are terrible out there. I was on highways, byways. There wasn't an interstate around for 100 miles. So I was thinking, I got 600 miles. I can make it home. Well, it didn't happen. I made it to our Bryant yard, which is 30 miles from home, with only about 5 or 10 minutes to spare, and I shot Stormy a message saying, this is why I want a local job. I'm so close to home, but can't get there because of these ELDs. And I said that. I said, sometimes I hate these ELDs.
Yep.
Because, if it wasn't for an ELD, I would have actually, went home. If I had another 20, 25 minutes, I could have been home. So that's happened a few times. that's happened. You know, I bank all day. I'll tell Stormy the night before, I think I can make it home tomorrow for the night. And she says, don't say that. You'll jinx yourself. And it
Right.
always happens. It always happens. And she knows that. She told me, she said, don't say that. Well, I ended up shooting her a message later that day saying, well, you're right. I'm not going to be able to make it home. Spent too much time at the shipper or receiver trying to get it loaded or unloaded,
Yeah.
and then trying to make it home in the traffic going through these major towns. One thing that gets me is some of these towns, the traffic is just ridiculous. I run a lot of Texas, so Austin is the worst city I think ever to drive
Well,
through.
and
No
that,
matter what time of the day.
that's one thing that really sucks with your company is they don't allow you to do toll roads and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's because we're a little bit bigger than your company, maybe that, and we have trucks run through Austin every day, hundreds of trucks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, our fleet has, I was last told, about 600 trucks and close to 1,000 trailers, if not more. I think a little bit more now, because we're up in the 2,800s on trailers. You know, as they get old, they do something with, I think they resell them, and they're constantly getting new trailers in, so I believe that's the only reason I know is why we can't go through, we can't take these toll roads that I could bypass Austin and San Antonio.
And that's
Like
sweet.
you do.
There's a lot in there to
Yeah, it
bypass.
does. I was coming
So-
through Austin yesterday. It took me well over an hour just to get through there. It's bumper to bumper for about 30 miles. And
Well, I
hate
personally think it's because your company's being cheap and trying to save the
Yeah.
money. You know, because it don't matter if you're a small company or a big company, toll road saves the driver a lot of hassle.
Exactly.
You know, and my company, they don't care what toll roads we take. I can take the expressway through Dallas. They don't care. They just want their freight delivered. There's too many of the big companies, whoever that is Stone's with, who is that, CRST.
Yeah.
Now, they don't want them to take them, but they have been reimbursing him to his knowledge. You know, but too many of the big companies are bean counters. They count that penny all the time.
Well, we're not a mega carrier. I'd say we're in the medium range there. We're not no
You are.
Hunter Schneider, but
Right.
But yeah, that
600 trucks or whatever you said, that's a decent sized company.
Yeah, we got like 8 or 9 terminals from down in Laredo all the way up to Michigan, Ohio area. They got some terminals, so
Let's see, and you have to slip seat over there, which is a big one for a bunch of us.
Oh, I know that, but it's not a biggie for me because it takes less than an hour to clean out my truck, get it all cleaned, and once every 3 weeks to get a week home or 9 days. It doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, I'd rather do that than only be home 2 or 3 days.
Right. Well, if they had a yard closer to me, I'd consider it, but they don't.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, now what bothers me is we got some of these truck drivers that I've gotten into trucks, and it was not cleaned very well. So before I even start, I would have to clean it out myself. Now Stormy will tell you, I'm a man that likes cleanliness around the house and even my truck. I'm constantly cleaning. So before I even get into a truck, sometimes I have to sit there and spray it down, Lysol, get my spray out. Some trucks I can't even get into because of the spray. I'll have to air it out. So but I always leave my trucks looking good for the next driver.
And you're a non-smoker, correct?
Yes, sir. So I was going to say that some trucks I got into, I was just boom, it hits me.
Yeah. Well, and mine would be like that. I mean.
Yeah. I've been in your truck. Well, yeah, I've been in your truck. You've been in mine once.
Mine, there's times I open the door up and it just smells like an ashtray hitting me, and I'm like, damn. and I'm the one that caused it, and it gets my attention. So
we all have our vices, Papa Joe. We all have them.
Yep.
And I've got one that I'm trying to overcome now, and you know about it.
Yep, you've been doing good.
And I'm going on 6 months. Don't need to get into it, but I think I'm doing pretty damn good after doing it all my life.
Yep, you're doing good.
I don't mind saying I like a good cold beer every now and then, or a good stiff mixed drink.
Right.
I mean, and I've been trying to, I'd be on and off for years, but I think I'm hitting, 5 or 6 year mark, or 5 or 6 month.
Right.
And I want to thank you and my buddy Paul Brush for that, for saying a little prayer. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Hey, that's the Heavenly Father. We prayed about it, and folks, it's his testimony, not mine. He tried a couple drinks after that, and they just did not taste the same.
Exactly. I kept telling you, I was like, they don't taste right. They don't taste right. So I think that's the man above telling me something.
Yep.
I would make the same drink. I'd make it stronger, maybe a little weaker. I'd always mix it with a little Diet Coke. I was a whiskey drinker. And never while driving. I'm going to get that straight. I've never drunk and drive an 18-wheeler. If I had a reset or something, I may go somewhere and have a drink.
Right.
Never do it. Mix alcohol and driving. Never do that. Never do that, people. So, it just didn't taste right. So, I decided to throw everything I had out one night. I think you remember that night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We was talking on the phone, and I was three-way talking with one of my best friends ever, Paul Brush. He spoke with them, and y'all said a little prayer, and I threw it out, and I got a sign, and I told you about that.
Yep.
And you guys were saying you're not looking for a sign, but my friend Paul Brush, he was the same way. He got a sign. I'm like, how come I never get a sign? So I took something that night as a sign. But let's get off that subject and get back to trucking.
Right.
Enough about the Yankee Cowboy super trucker
extraordinaire.
Yeah, I like that. Very good.
Don't worry. We all will pacify you and play along with your dreams and fantasies.
Yeah. Now, Carlos, I know you're sitting there laughing your butt off right now, but you seem like a good guy. I loved yours and Papa Joe's interview last night. You guys touched on a lot of stuff. Some stuff I didn't even know, so...
Well, see,
he's good out here.
He's a wannabe California cowboy.
But how did you meet him? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Through Trucker Jim.
I've got several people off of Trucker Jim that's came.
That's when I became your publisher, right?
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah. Y'all need to go look at that video. It's Papa Joe, Trucker Jim, who's another YouTuber, and me. We all met at the truck stop in Texas one day, and they both went live, and it's a really good video. So Papa Joe's got a title. Go back to his archives and look it up.
Now,
and subscribe and like all his videos. Hit the like button.
You're right.
Y'all hit the like button right now. I'm waiting.
Right. There you go. Thank you. This is going on to 40 minutes. So, what would you like to tell people that are wanting to go from local to over the road, or what would you like to tell people that's coming into the industry? What kind of word would you like to share with everybody?
You're going to start appreciating stuff a lot more. I've already touched on family quite a bit. Another one that you don't realize, I never even thought about this until I got out here. Showers.
Boy, howdy.
When you're at home every night, you get a shower every night, pretty much, right? Night or the morning before going to work, which I did every day. Now, I got out here on the road, and it was like, I couldn't hardly go 3 or 4 days without a shower. And right now, it's like, when I get a shower, I tell my wife. And she's like, wow, Jim, she doesn't understand.
Right.
The normal person wouldn't understand the thrill of getting a shower when you've been out here 2 or 3 days without a shower. It's like, that's like a gift. So,
there's so much truth to that. There's a lot of truck drivers that will totally agree with you.
I mean, don't take stuff for granted that you do every day. All of a sudden, you're going to come out here on the road, and a lot of stuff you can't do because you're pretty much living in a truck. I try to tell Stormy it's like living in a jail cell, but you're not. You can do what you want. You're still stuck in an 8x8 confined space.
Yep.
You got a sleeper. You got your bedroom in the back. You got your work quarters up front. Work quarters. So.
And how many times have you heard me call it a rolling prison cell? And that is literally what it is. What about the food? You know, people don't understand the missing the real home cooked meal. I mean, I get home, my wife wants to go out to eat, and I want that home cooked meal. People don't understand the eating habits that is forced upon us.
That's another thing you'll take for granted. I mean, once you get out here, my first couple months, I just figured truckers ate at fast food all the time. So that's whatever truck stop you went to, that's where you ate. And I found out real quick that was very unhealthy, and we'll add on the weight real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing. I have gained some weight out here. I used to, believe it or not, physically fit, and I would work out daily, lift weights, and this is a big thing. You're gonna lose energy. You're not going to be able to exercise as much. You're going to be tired a lot more. And another adjustment that I had to get used to was sleeping in a truck.
Yeah.
Never done it. It took me a good month and a half or two to find out how to sleep in a truck. I know a lot of people do this. I do this at home. I have to have a fan running, some kind of noise in the background to go to sleep. Stormy, my wife's the same way. And this will testify the fact, whenever the electric goes out in the middle of the night, you know, the fan stops, we both wake up instantly.
Right.
So it's that background noise that you need. So I found sitting in a truck with no noise, I just couldn't fall asleep. So I bought me a fan that you plug into your cigarette lighter. And I used that for a while. Then it ended up getting, summertime and real hot. So we don't have those, what do you call them, APUs, I think you said?
APU, Auxiliary Power Unit, APU.
Yeah, we don't really have them, so we just, they allow us to run our truck all night when we want to. So I just run the air all night. That gives me my background noise. It's getting used to sleeping in a smaller bed, too. I'm going from a king-size bed to a single bed. So
if it's
there's
even
a lot of
that.
stuff. There's a lot of stuff out of here that take for granted when you get to do it every day.
Well,
and then
since you touched on it, go ahead and touch on the sleeping schedule. How has it affected your sleeping schedule out here?
Well, I don't get as much sleep as I used to. Normally I'm out by 10 to 10:30 at night, and I'm up by probably 4:30 to 5. And I'm rolling by no later than 5:30 every day, if not earlier. There's been nights out here that I literally only got a couple hours of sleep, but I had to get up and roll because you got to make them appointment times, or your company's like, well, what's going on here? And like you said many times, their computer says you can do it this number of hours. Well, let them computers come and get behind this wheel.
Right.
Them computers don't factor in things like the weather, the traffic, and on and on.
Well, and then you got the other extreme of that, where like you said, we get into our sleeping habits, and you get up, let's say 4 o'clock, and now this electronic log is telling you can't leave for 2 or 3 hours. So now you're sitting here, you're wide awake, and you're sitting here watching the clock.
Yep.
And you know damn good and well later in the day, you're going to be regretting, you're going to be wishing you had been sleeping, but you couldn't.
Exactly. I've talked to my doctor, and they've actually prescribed me some stuff that will help you sleep, and it's legal for a truck driver to take. Don't get me wrong. It's just some sleep stuff to help you sleep. Now, that's helped me a little bit here and there, but I know what you're talking about, that ELD. You get up, you look at the thing, and says, oh, you got 2.5 hours before your 10 hours is up. I know you've done a lot of videos in the morning that I've watched.
Yep.
Where you're up in the morning and you're looking at that thing. Well, folks, I've got an hour and a half to go. I've got an hour to go.
Yep.
Just watching that clock, that's ridiculous. I mean, like you've said many times, that ELD does not know how I feel.
Right.
It doesn't know when I'm tired. It doesn't know when I'm awake. It shouldn't dictate how I run my life, how I run my work schedule.
Right.
That's one of the things I do not like about them. saying when you can drive, when you can't drive, when you got to take a break. I just heard a few days ago that they're doing some kind of a mandate where they may be changing a lot of this ELD. It's going through Congress. I don't know if you've heard anything about it.
No, I really haven't.
There's a YouTuber. He's called the Trucker's Coach. He just did a video on this, and I watched it the other day. I
have watched a couple of his videos, and he is seems to be a very knowledgeable man.
Yeah, he's called a trucking coach.
Right,
Jason Pope.
Yeah,
and he's out of Kentucky. I think he has his own little fleet of trucks, and he's called, you'll like this, Jarhead Trucking.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the name of his company. But he did a little video the other day about the changes they're going to get rid of. Now he knows a lot. He knows a lot about trucking. He's in that OID. What is it called?
OIDA, Owner Operator Independent Driver Association. Well, see, I had told somebody, it might have been you or Nomad, I don't know. Somebody sent me a link of his, and I went over and watched it. Then I watched a couple of his other videos, and he said he has a Facebook group as well. And on his Facebook group, he was talking about having lawyers and accountants and all kinds of information on his Facebook group. So I do recommend people to go check him out. I cannot totally vouch for him because I didn't watch a bunch of his videos. I did not go to his Facebook page. But for people coming out here, I really think he would be worthwhile to go check him out, and you determine for yourselves if he's full of bull or if he's got his act together. You know, one little bit I seen, he seemed. Okay, folks, the gremlins seem to have snatched up the end of this video. Once again, my tablet cut us off. Jim and I shot the bull for a little bit while I was trying to make my repairs. They were unsuccessful. We did, well, we thought they were successful, or I did. Then we continued with our the end of the interview, and the gremlins stole the tape. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I got to figure something out. My apologies to Jim. I know he was very disheartened that we lost the second part. I'm going to go ahead and put this part up, and when I get my issues repaired, I will continue doing the phone call deals. I also will do a part 2 with Jim. That's all I can do. Just know that the gremlins ain't good. That's the best way to put it. Jim, once again, my apologies to you, sir. We'll get a part 2 down the road. Y'all remember, the good Lord loves you, and so do I. The gremlins, they're hungry for video. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.